Hey everybody, it's Aaron here with Get Your Geek On. I'm still here with Vince Guzman from Geek Out SA. Go check out our WandaVision review, and of course, click on the link in the description down below to check out his channel, Geek Out SA, where they talk about everything and anything geek related like we do. And you know, he does a lot. Go help him out. He does a lot. You do a lot, dude. So today,
less than I used to.
Less than you used to.
Yeah.
I still think you do as much as I do, if not more. And I'm like, I know I'm busy. I can only imagine you. So here on Talkin Geek, we talk everything geek related with news, of course. This is our news segment. So if you want to check out all of our other stuff, of course, go to youtube.com/official GYGO, and you can see all the segments we do all week. Check out all our reviews that we hold up or talk about. I mean, I can't talk today. It's cold outside. It's like 28 degrees.
I'm still wearing my jacket because I'm cold.
I took mine off because I'm like gonna be like big and I can't move, guys.
I look like the kid from freaking the Christmas Story. It's cold.
Frank's freezing behind the camera. So we're back in studio, guys, having fun again and just here talking. Robert is out for the next few weeks because he had a baby. Well, Kristen had the baby. He's just having to take care of it now. I'm just kidding. I think they actually came back already from the hospital. I don't know when they come back. I need to like actually call them and check on them.
Yeah, usually you pop it out, they let you go.
And get out. And now with COVID, they're like, really, get out. We don't want you here. So definitely, guys, you know, congratulations, Robert and Christian, first of all. And we're going to jump straight into the news part. There's a lot of little things that have happened. I kind of want to talk on some of it just because I'm a Doom fan too. I love Dr. Doom. Mm-hmm. So in Marvel, Dr. Doom has now joined the Guardians of the Galaxy. He is now... They're making him more of the anti-hero again, which he's played on and off throughout the decades he's been around. One of the reasons I want to touch on it, and I know it's just some people are going to be like, oh, this is just like a throwaway thing. My thinking is this, because they do it in the comics sometimes. They try to get people to read the comics to connect it to other things. Could this be a connection to try to get people to start thinking about Dr. Doom for the movies, you think? Because like I know at one point they put Iron Man in Guardians of the Galaxy, and then all of a sudden we get a lot of space stuff with Iron Man in the movies.
Oh, and now that I'm thinking, and then we were just talking about
yes, WandaVision. Go check that out.
Does that tie into there? Are they even putting the comics into it?
Exactly.
Well?
That's what I'm wondering, because we were talking about on our WandaVision spoiler that maybe Dr. Doom will come out, and then maybe he somehow goes to space, and then he becomes a Guardian with Thor, and then we got Doom, Guardian, Thor, Galaxy people. I don't know. I mean,
that can happen.
I don't know. Do you like him as an anti-hero though, or do you just prefer him be a straight up villain? Like just stop being a hero.
Yeah, I don't know, because I've grown up and I've seen him be the anti-hero for such a long time, and I thought it was an interesting take on a villain. I mean, kind of like how they do with Venom.
Oh yeah, they make him the anti-hero.
Make him an anti-hero. I don't know. I kind of like where they're going with this. Okay. And we can see how he evolves into more of a supervillain.
Mm-hmm. That would be interesting. And see, like I've always said, I love to hate Doom. That and I've said this on the other show, is that Doom is the ultimate supervillain to me. Like this is like everybody that has Joker, you have everybody else, but like Doom is just straight up villain for the sake of being a villain. Like I don't think I am, because I'm a narcissistic person and every villain thinks he's the hero in his own story. So I own Latveria. I run it. I'm the dictator. But, you know, he thinks he's right. He thinks he's doing everything perfectly.
So then would you say that Dr. Doom is the Lex Luthor of the Marvel Universe?
Yes, 100%. I can back that up because he is. You know, when they really, really need something, sometimes you got to call him. Like, hey, the only man who knows this is Dr. Doom. Yeah. And they call him.
And he's very arrogant.
Oh, very arrogant. I mean,
the parallel is like almost uncanny.
It is. Yeah, I can give you that.
With Doom is like he does things for, well, I guess it's the same. He does things for himself. What's gonna like help me? He's not helping the human race. He's helping himself to.
I mean, but Lex does that at the same time too. Yeah. Like
he just does it under the
impression
that he's helping everyone.
Yeah. Doom just straight up doesn't care. He's like, I don't care if you don't think I'm a good person.
Because look, Lex Luthor has a green suit.
Oh, he does. I forgot about his armor suit. Dang, they are kind of canny, aren't they?
They are.
I didn't think about that because it's a green armor.
And then, I mean, I just wish they would stop messing with the villains. I mean, I don't like him as an anti-hero because, I mean, you only have a handful of great villains. You got the Red Skull, and I had Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
I mean,
You got their Joker up there. Joker's still a good villain.
Joker, but I'm talking about the Marvel universe.
Marvel.
A lot of them keep flip-flopping. I mean, Magneto was a great villain, and then he became a hero, and then he joined the X-Men, and now he's with the X-Men, and he just keeps flip-flopping back and forth.
And I think like how you said, reading him, they're trying to make him more well-rounded. Like, I think that's what they're trying to do with everybody, though.
Yeah, I think when they're going through and they're trying to show villains that they're showing them, there's a reason why they are the way they are.
Yeah.
And that's a trope that's been coming up a lot more lately.
Yeah. And I agree with you on that. And I just want to hate the villain. Like, there's villains I just want to hate you because you're an evil, bad person.
I love the villains.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, I love to hate Doom.
I loved Venom when he was a villain. I loved Venom when he was beating the crap out of Spider-Man.
Tom Hardy.
What did you think of Lex Luthor in Smallville?
You know what? I didn't really watch a lot of Smallville.
Because they did a lot of that thing. He was a product of his environment.
I mean, that would make sense, I guess. I mean, I didn't only watch maybe like a total of like one season of Smallville.
I like the way
How it went, like, how come he hates aliens? I mean, he blames Superman for everything that happened to him growing up, losing his girlfriend, losing this, losing that, losing his dad. So he's like, these damn aliens are, ruining my life, but the way he sees is like they can ruin all mankind too. So I like the way it went. I wasn't too happy with like the whole actor or the acting of it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. I don't know. I want to just hate him. I just want to, like, Abomination. I just want to hate him. Like, that's my other one. That's like, don't make him an anti-hero, which they did eventually. I just want to hate him because he's just a bad person. Yeah.
it has the name and
Didn't they do the same thing with Thanos?
Yeah, they did, because then they were
did the
making it
same
that
thing,
death
yeah.
warped his mind and all
Yeah.
that. And I don't like that because I love Thanos as just, again, he was my ultimate villain. Like, okay, I'm going to just screw everybody over. I'm just going to fight everybody. I don't care who you are. If you think you're a villain, no, I'm the villain. I don't know.
But it really shows the duality of man.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they're starting to do this with superheroes.
Yeah,
Like they did it with Superman.
like
When he killed...
in the movies where they killed Zod.
yeah.
I mean, that's
They killed
true.
Zod.
And see, that's why I guess I like characters like the Punisher, that they know you gotta sometimes just put a bullet in them and walk away. And one of my favorite things, I think it was someone that was talking about Batman and all that. It was if you kill one killer, there's still that many killers in the world. But then it's Punisher. Well, if I kill 100, there's still now there's 99 less of them. And I'm like, well, that's true. Punisher's got the right mentality. He's going by a numbers game. And I guess I see where you're coming from, because
Because there has to be some point where things happen that make them the way they are.
That's true. You're not just
that
born
they're
evil.
I'm born evil. I'm going.
That's
there has
true.
to be this transition, because you have to see it as you can come back from that as a person, and not always be evil. But something pushed them to that point where I was like, no, I'm evil.
Yeah. See, and I would like if they redo the movies for Fantastic Four, I would like to see that Reed and Doom kind of go to a similar path. Now, I know they were supposed to be rivals, but what I would like to see is something that happens to both of them, and one goes one route with it and one goes the other route. Kind of like,
And that's in the comics. They're best friends.
yeah, they're best friends and they're rivals. They become more rivals, I think. And then,
They're
Best friends, but then they were like competitive best friends. Like, like I got an A, I got an A too. Like stupid little schoolyard competitive. And then something happened to where exploded. He blamed Richards for the accident.
exactly. And see, I want to see that in the comics more, where it's not, but like I said, maybe it happens to both of them. Or maybe, the scarring happens to Doom and to Reed, but Reed, because of his plastic powers, he can hide it or he can fix it. And Doom feels like, well, I can't, why can you do that? And he almost uses that jealousy to kind of start becoming more of a villain in that sense. Like, I can see stuff like that. Like, that would make sense. But I want to see them kind of go down the same path. Like you said, it's like how man is. You can go one way or you can go the other.
Right.
And here's two people who literally just went opposite ways. And now Doom owns Latveria, Reed's doing, his stuff at the Baxter Building. I don't know. That would be interesting, though. I'm curious where it could go in the Guardians of the Galaxy, but I'm curious if they're going to try to somehow tie it with the movies. Like, are we trying to put Doom out there more because we are going to see Doom soon in the films? I mean, like we said earlier, Fantastic Four does have a movie coming out in the next few years.
Yeah.
I know they already casted Reed Richards as John something. I'm not going to pronounce names on this show because people know I can't pronounce names. So I don't know. I'm curious on that one. Mm-hmm. But leading into movies, Disney's still going to put Black Widow in theaters, it says, and it's still intended to be a theatrical release. What do you feel about this? I want to ask because I mean it's been what, a year and a half now?
I think they just like cut it and start playing it. Everybody's like at the edge of their seats. They want to see it. And the anticipation is crazy. They're gonna see it. And they'll be like, "We freaking waited a whole year for this. Seriously, it better be good." Not to this point, they hyped it up so much.
Here's the thing. I love going to the movies. Same. So the first chance I get to go, I'm gonna go watch it. I pray that it's great because even if it's not, I'm probably still gonna love it because I love all movies.
Yeah.
I find something that I love in the movie.
Correct.
And I'm the same way. Me and Robert were talking about this. All of us like to go to the theater and have that theatrical experience. And I think Robert said it best. It brings you into the movie more. When you're at home, you can pause, you can check your phone, and you get pulled back out. And so, like, I watched, I just actually watched it, Tenet. Came out, the Christopher Nolan film. Mm-hmm. And I loved it, but I was like, man, I want to see this in theaters. I wish I could have seen it in theaters. Like, that's a movie I felt like
should have been seen there first.
Yeah.
Watching it, I mean, don't get me wrong, I have like a 52-inch TV, and I'm like, it's nice, and I have a soundbar, and I have all this, but it's like, I want to be sitting back, I want to embrace myself in this. It is so not the same.
It isn't the same. You don't get immersed into it. You don't get to sit there wanting to go to the bathroom for so long through like half of the movie.
But like, no, I'm gonna wait.
No, but you can eat their popcorn and then
nachos,
and then you don't have to clean up after yourself. Don't make a mess. Don't make a mess, guys. Don't make a mess. But
your feet getting.
I felt bad. I used to work at a theater, and I actually felt bad for the person because I ended up finding like $25 in a seat once. I was like, damn, that guy's gonna be mad later. And this was like early 2000s, so I'm like, cool, $25 for me. And I just put it in my pocket. I'm like, I'm not gonna worry about this. But yeah, I'm like, that guy's gonna be complaining later. But please don't make a mess. It's a pain in the butt to clean. Yeah. But yeah, like I agree. Like you can just sit and relax. It's not like, oh, I gotta worry about this or the cats, or if you have animals, your dog or cat or whatever.
Or some you can like recline, so it's like being at home too.
Yeah,
with a huge screen.
Exactly, and 5.1 surround sound.
Yeah,
it's just like, and I watched it and I was like, this is such a good movie. I love Christopher Nolan, and I'm like, I want to see it in theaters now. Like I want to go. I'll pay money again to go watch it in theaters because first of all, I want to support the movie franchise, but like. It fell so flat, but it's a good movie. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's a good movie.
Definitely, because we already lost another theater already that's closed down.
The Regal one?
Fiesta?
Yeah, Fiesta 16's closed. That's actually where I worked. That was when I saw that was closed, I was like, dang.
They closed it down.
Yep, it officially got closed. They're not going to open it anymore. The only ones that are really surviving are Palladium, but they're open with limited capacity. And I don't think, and so one of my friends went and he said there was only like 5 people in the theater.
Yeah, it's really cool. That's cool if you don't like to be around a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
But if you're wanting to watch like and be hyped up about a movie, that's the only drawback is there's not a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, I guess
you want to like enjoy it with everybody, like especially Black Widow.
Black Widow for sure. Like I want to see that with a bunch of people screaming like, yeah, be happy that you see Taskmaster or whoever the other people are going to be in there, like Red Tornado and all that. And it's like, I don't know, but I feel like we've been waiting in suspense for almost a year and a half now. I feel like the movie's going to fall way, way short and it's going to do crap. It's going to come out and people are just going to bash it. Like y'all said, we've been waiting a year and a half and this is what you get.
Right.
I mean, we all know one thing. She can't die in this film. She can't get hurt. Because she's in Endgame and Infinity War. So what kind of, my thing is like plot protection like that. Like what's the point of the movie then? I hate prequels. I'm not a fan of prequels. I think they're dumb because if you have a character that you know is going to be in the next film, nothing bad can happen to them. I know as main characters, they can never have anything bad happen to them, but I like the idea of could it be? That idea is gone.
Have they officially said that it's a prequel?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but like 99% sure it's supposed to be that like gap between Captain America Civil War and Infinity War, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's where it's supposed to take place.
Because I know they like to lie to us.
I mean, it could be a lie. It could be.
Yeah.
It very well could be. But I mean, we know she's in Infinity War no matter what, and she has blonde hair. So it's going to be one of those. Maybe this will comment why she has the blonde hair.
But didn't they show her with blonde hair in some of the previews in Infinity War?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So this takes place before Infinity War, though, because in this one she has red hair, but I think by the end she will.
She has red hair.
I think by the end she's gonna have the blonde hair. I bet you. I think she's gonna go back undercover kind of stuff. I don't know. Maybe they did lie to us. Maybe this is somewhere after Infinity War. But no matter what, we know she's in the last two films. This can't be after Endgame because she's dead. I don't think they're gonna do
unless the multiverse comes into play.
But see, this was supposed to be released before that and was filmed before Doctor Strange or WandaVision or Spider-Man.
The Marvel movies, she doesn't know who her parents are because the Skull makes a comment about her dad's name, and Hawkeye's like, so you're going to take his word for it because he knows your dad's name? He's like, I didn't.
Well, see, and that's the other thing. I don't think that's a real dad. I think that's someone that helped train her. I think that's what they're going to go with. Yeah, I think he's going to be like a mentor figure to her. I think the sister's not a sister. Again, that's like a James Bond.
Together like a family.
Yeah, like James Bond, double O's, like they all know who each other are. They're all kind of real close knit. And I think in GoldenEye, we comment 006 and 007 were really close, but they were just good friends until 006 went crazy and did his stuff in that film. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know how I feel about it. I feel it's going to fall short, though. I really feel like we're going to hype it up too much and it's going to fall short. I love Taskmaster, though, so I know Taskmaster is supposed to be in there somewhere.
I like anything that she's in.
Anything that Scarlett Johansson is in?
Yeah.
I agree with that. I do too. But sticking to movie news, Borderlands Movie. It's a video game. So if you don't know anything about it, a video game that came out. The original one came out on the original Xbox One. So that was a few years ago. Borderlands is a video game where it's 4 people playing together to survive in the wasteland, essentially. And they're vault hunters. They're trying to essentially get rich throughout this whole world. And everyone's kind of gone crazy. And you're fighting everybody. You're fighting creatures. You're fighting humans. And now they've decided to make it into a movie. Kevin Hart has been attached to the film, and now we have Jack Black playing Claptrap, which is the little snarky, smartass robot you want to freaking kick all over the damn place because he's a jerk.
So perfectly,
yeah,
perfect for Jack Black.
Perfect role for Jack Black. He's going to be the perfect person for this role, I think. So I'm excited a little bit for it because they hired him. But I come on the other side of it because it's like not comic book movies, video game movies never do well. We've gotten like one maybe that's done well, maybe 2. But like Doom didn't do well. Assassin's Creed didn't do well. Mario from the 90s didn't do well.
They sure as heck made a lot of Resident Evils, though.
And none of those did well. Well, the first one I think was okay, but that's it. Like none of these game movies ever do great. Like Sonic's like the first one that's like, okay, you know what you're doing, but it doesn't follow the video games. It's just like, here's Sonic in our world.
Did you ever see Rampage though?
No.
I really like that movie.
I haven't seen that. Is it good?
Yeah.
Is it okay? Because again, it's a video game movie.
I think Rampage did a video game movie justice.
Okay, so I'll have to check that one out because I want to see it because Dwayne Johnson's in it, and I love Dwayne Johnson. But I'm like, it's also a video game movie, and we haven't had a good track record for those ever. But like, yeah, so Rampage and then Sonic would probably be the only other one. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I'm hoping like with Kevin Hart and Jack Black. I mean, that's already a good combination right there. Because both of them are smartasses. Both of them are witty and funny. And I'm kind of curious. Like, it would be funny to see some of the short jokes, maybe like Claptrap commenting that Kevin Hart's short, but he's like, well, you're a shorter robot because Claptrap's only like 1.5 feet tall. So those would be some funny jokes I think they could play with. I don't know. I'm excited though. Maybe this one will have a chance for once. I don't know.
Let's hope. But I like everything, so if it's a movie, I'll watch it. Oh yeah, that was good.
That was good. Even what I was trying to think of that crappy movie I was talking about.
The remake of RoboCop. I hated that movie.
Really?
I hated that movie.
I would have to watch them all over again. I don't remember it. I watched it, but I don't remember it.
It just didn't sit with me.
I'm trying to think of the other one.
At all.
I think the worst movie I've ever watched was Vanilla Sky with Tom Cruise.
I love Vanilla Sky.
Oh my God, I hated that one. I thought I don't even get the ending. Even now, like 20 years later, I still don't get the ending. I don't know. But I do love Inception, which I thought was like kind of a little bit like that film.
Yeah.
And I loved Inception.
You know which one was the worst movie ever?
Which one?
Starship Troopers.
Why does everyone crap on that movie? It's good.
Welcome, Robert.
Robert somewhere just is like smiling because y'all batched that.
Kill them all.
Only good bug is a dead bug.
I actually like that movie.
I love Starship Troopers.
Yeah. Now
So-
the second one or the third one,
Second and third we don't talk about.
I didn't really like at all.
But when they switched to animated for the fourth and fifth film, they're actually really good. I really like those. I was like, dude, this is where it should have been, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, the second film I think is garbage. It's straight up a political film, I feel like, and that's all it is. And the third one was just like, we're running out of ideas. Let's just make a crappy third film. And then
We
the
have
fourth
the license. Let's run with it.
exactly. And then they did a fourth film and a fifth film that were animated. That I'm like, oh, okay. Then, but I guess it's that nostalgia button because I love the anime or the TV show. So I'm like, maybe hit that button or something.
Right.
But I loved it. Robert craps on me for liking the films all the time. He's like, I don't know why you like them. But sticking to also films, or well, I guess movies, not even movies, it's just TV, because HBO is doing a live action of Last of Us. So they have attached the two actors, or actor and actress, to the main characters, Joel and Ellie. Ellie is going to be played by Bella Ramsey, who got her start on Game of Thrones, as one of the Lannisters, I believe. I don't remember
she's
which one.
one of the queens.
Oh, she's one of the queens?
She's the real young queen. Like it was like towards the end.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen the last
Yeah.
two seasons.
Wait, what?
She's the one that gets killed by the giant, right?
Yeah.
The one that gets crushed.
I'm up. I've only watched up to season 5 or 6. I never watched the ending yet. I need to. Little Bear. Okay, so she's playing in it, and she's gonna play Ellie. And now we have Pedro Pascal as Joel. Did you ever play these games?
No,
Oh, they're so good.
I can't
I
play
love 'em.
those games because I get motion sickness.
Oh no, I'm sorry. They're so good. So Last of Us, for those who don't know, basically comments about the end of the world. Essentially, a virus is released that turns people into what they call clickers, which are kind of the best way to describe it is like a zombie-ish kind of character. And this virus is taken over, and after some stuff, essentially from the beginning of the game, you find out people have kind of you see every side of humanity, I think, at this point. You see the people who want to help others, but then you see the people who become cannibals, I'll say it. And then you see a very dark side of some stuff. And that's why I love this franchise. So the first game is, oh my God, so good.
That movie, The Road,
I don't think I saw that one.
Viggo Mortensen,
No, I never saw that one.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, him and his son are like
going through the United States, but it's like an apocalyptic.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
like
And it's just him and his boy, like his little boy. And I think
Yeah,
his little boy dies on that one, too.
Yeah, there's so many people that die in this game. Like it, I'm just wondering how much they're gonna touch on it from the game, because the game goes very, very dark at one point. Some stuff happens to Ellie when she's by herself, and we'll just say there were a lot of men around, and she has to fight her way out of a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna say it like that because I also don't want to give out any spoilers for anyone who hasn't played the game. I mean, by now you should have played the game. It's been like 10 years. But I mean, it's a pretty dark scene with her at one point, what she has to do to like kill these people essentially or fight them off.
So I haven't played it, but
Yeah.
I know a little bit about it because I've seen
the gameplay
the
and stuff.
iterations
Yeah.
of it. But the thing is, it's like what a good Walking Dead game should be.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly it. I love that. I love that analogy because it is. It's really good because again, you get everything from humanity. You get all the sides of how like they don't mind going really, really dark, but then you got some of the light side where it's like, yeah, Joel wants to help this random stranger at this point. Then he ends up, loving her as a child, like taking care of her and helping her. And it's like that's a good person. And then you see the other sides of it all. But I hope they do it well. I hope they do it justice. I mean, Pedro Pascal's a good actor.
Yeah.
I don't know much on the girl. I need to watch Game of Thrones apparently and see how she does. 'Cause that's like her breakout role, isn't it?
Yeah.
So-
I think it'll be easy for this one to do well,
Okay.
just because of the fact is they have so much out there that's so similar to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost copying what they're doing on The Walking Dead.
Essentially, yeah. And exactly. I mean, you get The Walking Dead. That's a great comic book. I love the comics when it was being written, and I read a bunch of those. I stopped watching the TV series a long, long time ago because I'm like, this is so far from the comics. And I kind of like that it's on HBO because you can go darker than you can on like AMC. Because AMC, they, if you read the comics or you've watched Walking Dead, there's a baby that's born in the show and they take care of it and they're trying to raise it. In the comic books, the baby gets shot and killed. I don't know if you read the comics ever of that one. Some of them. So the mom or his wife, Rick's wife, gets shot. The bullet goes through her and through the baby, kills them both. And then like the panel, you see the little hand sticking out, and I'm like, oh, like this comic goes dark. Like they don't mind killing off anything.
Yeah.
And I like that because then it leads to like how people are in the comics a little bit more to me. And you can't show a dead baby on AMC, but I'm like, HBO might be able to touch a little like darker side like that. So I'm kind of excited that it's over there versus AMC.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that one. I'm hoping that one's going to be a good one to watch. But I don't know. Do you follow Batman comics?
I do.
So have you heard that they're bringing out the new villain that what's her name? Miracle Molly?
No.
So Miracle Molly, I'll have a picture of her up. That's what she looks like. I don't know much on her. But DC's releasing a new villain for him. And this is going to be the new villain that DC has decided to bring out. And I don't know anything about her.
It's a Miracle Molly.
Miracle Molly. Like, I don't know. I kind of want someone to comment.
They're running out of good names.
That's kind of what I was commenting on.
Some guy named the Quilt.
Wait, what? The Quilt? Oh my gosh. No. So there's her cover art. That's what it is. I was trying to find it.
So she's a magic user?
I don't
What is she? I don't know.
I have no idea. Promises.
She looks like she's a cross between Zatanna and Jubilee.
Oh God, especially in this picture.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're right. Like she does. And I feel like they're trying to capitalize on like the cyberpunk stuff.
Yeah.
Almost. And I'm like, I don't know. She would make a brief appearance in Batman number 106, which is launched under the Infinite Frontier banner in March. She's a member of a new gang in Gotham that calls itself the Unsanity Collective, and they are going to be huge players in 2020 and 2021. So I guess that was her first appearance was Batman 106. And now I guess they're releasing her coming up 106. I don't know. I don't know. Like, Batman has a huge rogues gallery. Let's face it. I mean, he has a lot of villains. Do we really need to be adding new villains, you think? Or should they just maybe fix the ones they have? Like some of the ones that are a little more obscured, maybe? What do you think?
I think we're coming into an age where more people want to see more diversity.
Okay.
Whereas the majority of the time, when you see a supervillain, it's a male, not female.
That's very true.
And I think that's where they're coming when DC's coming and they wanted to change that. So is it a good thing? I don't know yet. We will have to wait and see how it rolls out.
And that's true. I mean, and I think Batman, like you said, he suffered. It's a lot of white men a lot of white men he fights, and the one strong female is Catwoman, who, let's face it, like she's a villain at times, but she ends up being more of a love interest than anything else. And I'm like, well, that's like your strongest female character that you could have as a villain if you wanted. I mean, you have Poison Ivy and others, but it's like that's ends up, that's like the one that you always see, and then it just becomes a love interest, and that becomes a whole different thing.
I mean, there's a difference where it's a villain, an actual villain, and a supervillain.
Okay, what do you mean?
I don't consider Catwoman a supervillain.
So going with the whole superpowers
because they kind of like made her to be kind of an anti-hero as well.
Yeah. Okay. So like for a supervillain, do they have to have superpowers to you, or is it just you just have to stay as a villain kind of thing?
You have to Lex Luthor is a supervillain, but
The Joker's a supervillain.
Yeah.
I guess who else?
Would Zaz be a supervillain?
No, he's more of a supporting character.
Killer Croc would be a villain because I mean he's not super. He hasn't really.
He has superpowers, doesn't he?
Well, he has super. Well, I guess what we mean by supervillain is that they've done so much to ruin the hero.
Okay.
Like,
That makes sense.
like Lex Luthor is always trying to ruin Superman, and he always
Right.
gets the upper hand. I've never known Killer Croc like to get the upper hand on anybody. Like he's usually the one that gets beat up, thrown around. You know, so that that's when you say like they're super because they've like the Joker's always gotten the upper hand on Batman.
Yeah.
You know, Magneto's always gotten the upper hand on Charles Xavier. Yeah, things like that. Those would be super villains. And then you have all the little supporting villains that
Okay.
Are there because they need a story, you know?
Yeah, like
The lizard.
the penguin.
Gotham did so. Oh my god. Oh, now all I ever think about with Penguin is Gotham, and I didn't like him in that.
I like that penguin.
You did. I
I
did.
did like that penguin.
What about the Riddler in that one?
I like the Riddler too.
The Riddler. I was okay with him.
The Riddler was good.
And it's like Mikey was saying, it was like,
I like the Penguin in the game because he's short, he's stubby,
Yeah.
and he's got the the southern block, London accent. Like he's just gonna beat everybody. And he goes, he looks like a little penguin, but he's not cheesy,
Exactly.
because he's a gangster.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that makes sense. I mean, to him that's a villain right there.
No.
Not the cheesy penguin that we see with the monocle and the big nose and
Yeah.
running around in the tuxedo. He's like, that one's kind of cheesy.
That one is. That's why I'm like, no. I don't know. So I mean, we'll see how that goes. I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm curious where it could go because I mean, it is a new villain he's gonna have. So I'm happy for that one. Are you a Harry Potter fan, by the way? I meant to ask you.
I am.
Did you see that they announced the oh crap,
New
I
Harry
can't.
Potter
Oh,
film?
they're doing an HBO, aren't they?
Yeah, they're trying to do an HBO series, but then this was
Yeah.
just announced too. The
No,
exhibition.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you if you had seen anything because I know Robert keeps up with a lot more than I do. It's an exhibition announced for 2022 for it. But yeah, they have that new show coming out. Me and Robert were talking about the other day. But do you know anything on it? Because I don't know much on it.
They haven't really mentioned anything. I was like, is it gonna be Harry when he's older, or
Exactly.
that would be cool.
And something we had talked about, I think on the other show we were talking about some controversial stuff with Gina. Didn't J.K. Rowling's, she's not part of this anymore? Someone had said. I don't know if it was you or Eric that had said that.
they've eliminated her creative control.
Oh, okay.
Over,
So they kicked her out. So
well,
now
she
they can. makes
transphobic.
Oh, okay. That's what happened.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So yeah, like I guess you could go older now with Harry. You can go because you can't go younger really because he's already a kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm curious where that one's gonna go. But I saw that, so I didn't know if that was tied to it. So I was gonna ask you if you knew anything about that exhibition or whatever for
Or
2022.
they do like prequels before that. I don't know.
I don't know. Do you watch the new films?
Yes.
Are they any good?
Yeah, no, I like them.
You like them? I haven't watched any of that stuff.
But then take that with a grain of salt. I like everything.
We'll see.
Except the remake of RoboCop.
RoboCop.
Oh,
Look at it.
and the new Fantastic Four.
Nobody likes that. Not even the Fantastic
Total
Four.
Recall.
Oh God. See,
I
and
like Total Recall.
The new one?
Yeah.
Don't look at me. I don't.
I
remember, I haven't
dug
watched it.
that one
I haven't watched that one. See, like with me with Harry Potter, the only
because it's actually closer to the book than the original one.
really
The original film.
Probably because I watched the original one.
you just stuck
Yeah.
on that one. I have to watch it. I have to watch the new one. But like I was telling Robert a while back, the only reason I watched Harry Potter the first one is I was trying to talk to a girl, and that was the only reason I watched it. And then I think I watched maybe the second one with her, or I watched it with another girl, and that was it. And I don't think I've watched any of the other Harry Potter since then. And I was like, that's the only thing.
I think they did a really good job on the Harry Potter series, and then even after that,
Yeah.
with the Fantastic Beasts, they did
Yeah.
an excellent job on those movies too.
Well, now they just got rid of Johnny Depp though for them.
Oh, well.
So I don't know anything about his character. I just know he's not part of the films anymore.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, recast him.
He,
They'll get someone else.
yeah, he wasn't that.
Really?
Big of
I don't
a-
know.
He wasn't really. He didn't do very much.
No, he
Like,
wasn't
only
that
came out at the
integral
end and
Okay.
to what
He
happened.
went in the beginning and then at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's not even gonna be noticeable probably when you recast him.
He was like what was his name?
The villain in Harry Potter,
Voldemort?
Voldemort.
Yeah.
Like they mentioned his name, and then they
Yeah.
don't show him till the end. So they're like,
Oh, okay.
Bring back David Tennant. That's all I want. I love David Tennant and anything he does.
Bring back Snape.
That's true. He can't. Yeah. So we're going to cut it here because, like I said, there's a lot of little things. That's just kind of like all the stuff I wanted to talk about, though. Definitely check out Vince's stuff. In the description below will be his link. Give us a little, tell us a little bit about Geek Out, though, before we go.
So it's a geeky YouTube show that comes out live every Friday at 7 p.m. We talk about everything geek.
There you go. So check that out here in San Antonio. So that's Central Time. So guys, definitely check his link out in the description below. And hopefully he'll be on other stuff with us since Robert's not going to be here for a few weeks. So we'll have just little sit down talks like this for the rest of maybe the rest of the weeks until he comes back and talk. I'll make him talk about Starship Troopers somehow, some way. And on that note, guys, stay geeky and get your geek on, guys.